Now on CoastTV News.
Tents, canopies, and all the rules that surround them, Dewey Beach took up the debate on Friday. Big bucks for Cambridge, how leftover COVID funds will be put to use. Rehoboth's lifeguard station project is overbid, how the city plans to foot the bill. And a $1 billion bond, how the world's richest man is shaping President-elect Trump's world and what it could mean for the country.
And I'm tracking a whole lot of sunshine as we kick off the weekend, but things are going to be turning brazy with some fire concerns across Delaware. We'll track the rest of your weekend forecast and see if there's any relief in sight from this drought coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Staking your claim on the sand, Dewey Beach is working on new rules for tents and canopies. Good Friday evening. I'm Christina DeRobertis. Welcome to Coast TV News at 11. We begin tonight on the beach, Dewey Beach specifically. And some of our viewers might remember Dewey commissioners talking about tent and canopy regulations at their last meeting. They pushed further discussion until tonight, but as Coast TV reporter Brendan Conroy explains, there's still no official decision and beachgoers still have mixed opinions.
If you're looking to bring a tent or canopy to Dewey Beach, you'll be able to, but now there are going to be some rules that come with that. The rules will include regulations on length and height and distance from one tent or canopy to another. Todd Fritchman is the patrol captain for Dewey Beach and says he hasn't seen an issue aside from people setting up tents and leaving them behind.
In terms of the beach patrol and managing the beach, we don't really see any big problems. We still have plenty of space. We did experience a high volume of what we call early setups.
Town officials say they'll take public comments into consideration when finalizing the ordinance. Like this feedback from local Debbie Dorazio.
I would not have them at all. Yeah, I mean, our beach is so special and they do such a good job, maintaining it. So I guess I'm trying to protect it a little bit.
Some coastal communities have outright banned some or all types of tents and canopies like Bethany Beach, Rehoboth Beach, Lewis Beach, and Fenwick Island. From the people I spoke with at the meeting Friday, they all seem to have a mutual understanding. Whether they're for or against it, both tents and canopies are gonna find their way onto the beach no matter what. But as long as they're regulated properly and not causing too many problems for families and beachgoers, it should be okay. In Dewey Beach, Brendan Conroy, Coast TV News.
People drive across the Miss Pillion Bridge in Milford every day, but there's a problem. It keeps getting hit. Now there might be a solution, and it's called clankers. The idea is that they hang down and clank into any vehicles that are a little too tall to fit through the bridge. DelDOT says this has been a successful technique in other places.
We've seeing those oversized vehicles backing up and deciding not to go through. So that's really the goal here, is that we want to avoid having this bridge damaged to the point where it has to be closed for more expensive long-term repairs.
DelDOT tells us the clankers should be installed by the end of next year. To Rehoboth Beach now, where commissioners met today to discuss how the city will finance its new lifeguard station. This after the cost of the project went up about $500,000. Officials are considering spreading out the $5.5 million needed for the project over multiple years. Despite being over budget, though, Rehoboth Beach locals say this new station will make the lifeguards' lives easier on the beach.
They deserve it. These guys work hard. The girls and guys at lifeguards, they do a good job, and so they deserve the backup. I hope it's a nice facility to go hang out and get changed and do all the stuff they have to do. So it's worthwhile.
And Rehoboth is going to move forward with the lifeguard station project. The mayor and city manager tell us they will have to decide on a lender to help with financing. And this brings us right into our Coast TV poll. We want to know, how should the city handle unexpected costs? Let's take a look at the results. So far, most people saying they should reduce the project scope. 21% saying reallocate funds, 4% saying delay construction, and 10% even suggesting increasing taxes. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do that. Just go over to coasttv.com or use our mobile app. We're going to take a live look outside now into Ocean City and bring in our first alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobono, for a check on the weather. Hey there, Chris.
Hey there, Christina. Yeah, it's a nice chilly mid-November night on the Delmarva Peninsula, and it was a pretty nice day after we woke up to some cloud cover. Skies cleared pretty quickly through the afternoon. We saw temperatures rise to around 58 degrees in Georgetown this afternoon, 55 Salisbury, and 60 in Ocean City. There's a live look into Ocean City right now where it is 50 degrees. So not terribly cold out there this evening, but we have those winds cranking, so it's a bit chillier out there. Now the winds are going to calm themselves overnight. Temperatures right now pretty much in the mid to upper 40s across much of the peninsula, and we are generally clear, and we're going to stay clear not only for tonight but for tomorrow, and really we're going to stay dry, all thanks to high pressure here. As we roll into the weekend, plenty of sunshine. We are going to turn breezy, and we are going to track a fire concern tomorrow. And then we will see some clouds increase as we roll into Sunday afternoon. We'll talk some rain chances, though, in that extended forecast here in just a few moments. Christina?
Chris, thank you. Well, as Donald Trump continues to build out his administration, there is one name that keeps popping up in the conversation. Billionaire Elon Musk. He's been by Trump's side in the wake of the election and has promised to play a big role in his government. Ryan Nobles has more on the tech titan's influence in Trump's world.
President Donald Trump is all in on Elon Musk.
You know, I'm a person that believes in high IQs, and his is about as high as they get.
The world's richest man betting big on his fellow billionaire and offering up his help to correct the economic direction of the country.
How much do you think we can rip out of this wasted $6.5 trillion Harris-Biden budget?
Well, I think we can do at least $2 trillion.
Yeah!
Musk is making his presence known in Trump world. Sources tell NBC News he's a near constant presence at the Mar-a-Lago Transition HQ.
I can't get him out of here. He just likes this place. And you know what? I like having him here, too.
He traveled with Trump for his first trip back to Washington since his election victory. And in a report not confirmed by NBC News, the New York Times citing 2 Iranian officials that says that Musk met with Iran's ambassador to the United Nations in an attempt to smooth tensions between the countries. Trump also reportedly handed the phone to Musk while talking to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. But Musk's close access to Trump does not come without potential problems. The billionaire's various companies have major contracts with the federal government. His company, SpaceX, has received billions of dollars in federal projects.
Are you kidding me?
His company, Tesla, sells more electric cars than any other company. If Trump slashes the federal incentives for EVs, it could make it more difficult for other car makers to enter the market. On Capitol Hill, Republicans seem open to letting the successful businessman have a crack at finding ways to make government work better.
With his leadership and cutting waste in the government, just as he's taken us to the stars, I think it's the ability to cut and turbocharge this economy.
While Democrats remain skeptical.
We all want government efficiency. In the past, that has failed miserably, but let's see what he comes up with.
That was NBC's Ryan Nobles reporting. In regional news tonight, the city of Cambridge is putting nearly $1.5 million toward emergency services, public works, and parks. The city was given almost $13 million in American Rescue Plan Act, or ARPA, funding as a result of the COVID pandemic, but it has to be used as soon as possible. The city manager says the remaining money will go toward projects that were already under contract and may not have been fully funded, like a new bucket truck for public works, lighting at Cannery Park, and a new fire truck for the Rescue Fire Company.
So that allows us to take the ARPA funds, spend it there, and where we had general fund dollars, reallocate it somewhere else in the city budget.
Stockman tells us Cambridge has until December 31st to reallocate the money before they would have to send it back to the federal government. And we still have more news to get to tonight. Still ahead, every graduation deserves a congratulations, don't you think? But this isn't your typical class, and it's not your typical classroom. But first, your cool things to do this weekend.
And we have ourselves a gorgeous weekend on tap. Cambridge and Crisfield, we're going to see temperatures in those mid-50s under mostly sunny skies. We'll talk about the rest of your weekend and talk about some rain in that near-distant future. Coast TV News is back in 60 seconds.
Have you lost a loved one to suicide? You are not alone. I lost my teenage son to this heartbreaking tragedy.
And I lost my veteran dad, who faced his struggles alone in silence.
We're here as part of the Jesse Clump Memorial Fund's Lost team, providing support to suicide loss survivors.
We understand this complicated grief. We are here to meet, talk, or text whenever you need.
Remember, you are not alone.
Call us at 410-726-3090.
Together we can heal and find hope again.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division like myself in cabinetry to ensure that you have the best product to fit your needs. And your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
It was very important to find somebody that was knowledgeable in the whole picture, the cabinetry, the appliances, and the countertop. We are delighted with the outcome.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
The fall fun continues this weekend, but life along the coast means you can always sneak in a touch of summer. How about taking a cruise from Lewis to Milton along the Broadkill River? Cape Water Tours and Taxi will take you on a 26-mile adventure through wetlands and salt marshes inside the beautiful Prime Hook National Wildlife Refuge. The boat sets sail at 10:30 a.m. from Lewis. Join the Friends of Cape Henlopen for their annual Holiday Boutique and Book Sale until 2 on Saturday. It will be at the Officers Club in Cape Henlopen State Park. It's a great place to find some holiday gifts. Just like the Creative Market on Sunday at the Cambria Hotel in Rehoboth Beach. Unique handcrafted items will be available, plus you can treat yourself to a meal and drink at the Veranda Restaurant and Bar after. Finally, Yappy Hour. Victoria's Restaurant in Rehoboth is hosting a doggy social from 3 to 6 Sunday on the Plaza Pub deck. For event details, tickets, and more, just head over to CoastTV.com and click on Cool Things to Do. From the outside of Sussex Correctional Institution, you wouldn't be able to tell what's happening inside. But as you walk down this hallway, you enter a classroom full of incarcerated men learning about the impact of crimes from a victim's perspective. That's the goal of the Victim Impact class, and Trey is grateful for what he calls a unique experience.
When I first came into this class, I knew I wanted to learn. I was ready to learn, you know. That's what this class, you know, it's just, you get a whole nother level of understanding. It's very powerful.
To learn more about the Victim Impact class, you can visit CoastTV.com. And the holiday season is here. It's the most wonderful time of the year for some, but it can be sad for others, and that's where Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign can help bring the Christmas spirit to everyone, but we need your support to make it happen.
For many in our community, the holidays can bring about stress as they strive to create unforgettable moments for their cherished little ones.
That's where the Bless Our Children campaign can help, but we need your support to make it happen. All the money you donate goes to local nonprofit organizations, which give gifts to children this holiday season.
Every penny you give helps families right here on Delmarva because WBOC covers all administrative costs.
You can help local children by accepting the Shell Brothers Bless Our Children Challenge by donating at least $1,000. And as our thank you, we'll list your business name on the Shell Brothers Honor Roll in order of amount given in increments of $1,000.
And you can donate by sending a check or money order to address on the screen or online at blessourchildren.org.
Together, we can make the holidays this year a special one.
Coming up next, McDonald's trying to bounce back after an E. coli outbreak, what the fast food giant is doing. And falling short, why the U.S. continues to struggle with maternal and infant health.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get an exciting new Toyota, like Camry.
Wait, what?
RAV4 Hybrid.
Cool.
Tundra, and more.
Whoa.
How'd you do that? Toyotathon magic.
Right now, buy a rugged new Tacoma with low 2.99 APR financing. Or lease an SR5 model Tacoma for just $229 a month.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
Farmers are superheroes, true conservationists. We are using soil health practices to help fight climate change. Soil health farmers are working today to protect tomorrow, using regenerative agriculture and climate-smart practices like no-till and cover crops to improve soil health. Healthy soils sequester carbon, improve water quality, and produce sustainable, nutrient-rich food. Soil health farmers are working today to keep Delmarva a beautiful place for generations to come.
Get ready, Delmarva. Excitement and incredible savings have arrived at Gateway Subaru. Save up to $3,200 on a new 2025 Subaru Outback with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. Or save up to $2,300 off a new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. And be among the first to drive the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. Stop in and reserve yours today. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
Well, you guessed it, another bone-dry weekend is in store for Delmarva with plenty of sunshine. Right now, we're at 50 degrees in Ocean City. Winds at the coast still gusting at about 15 miles an hour. Those winds will relax themselves overnight before they ramp up tomorrow afternoon. We're at 47 in Milton, 47 Georgetown, and 49 in Salisbury. There's that flow out of the northwest, as I mentioned. Still seeing some gusts at the coast upwards of 24, 13 miles an hour. By tomorrow afternoon, we're going to be gusting upwards of 35. So we still have that coastal flood advisory in effect for the low-lying areas along the bays and along the ocean. Could see up to a foot of inundation, all due in part to the supermoon. Maybe, hopefully, you got out there to see it tonight, as well as a persistent easterly flow and high tide. We also have small craft advisories up, and that coastal flood advisory extending southward to Accomack and Worcester counties until Saturday at 2 o'clock. And the small craft advisories are going to continue at least through early Sunday morning. Take a look at the red flag warnings expanding through the entire state of New Jersey, Philadelphia, right through New York City, and all the way up to Boston. Incredible as the drought continues to plague the entire eastern seaboard. High pressure building in, keeping us nice and dry through the weekend and through the start of next week. In fact, we're going to be dry the next 4 days, and next chance of rain we're tracking will be Wednesday, potentially even Thursday through Friday. It's going to be quite a complex storm that moves across the country. 8 to 14-day temperature outlook. Still trending drier than normal. We're going to be with the drought at least through the end of the month, it looks like. 44 degrees for your overnight, a clear, chilly night. As I mentioned, we have the drought continuing. We do not have red flag warnings, but we do have a risk of fire across the state of Delaware, all due in part to those gusty winds and the low humidity. Wall-to-wall sunshine tomorrow as we top out in the lower 60s. There's those gusts I was telling you about out of the northwest, gusting as high as 35 miles an hour, and then we will see those winds relax into Sunday. So a chilly night, a beautiful afternoon tomorrow, but an even colder start to Sunday. We're going to be in the mid to upper 30s, I think, for a lot of us away from the coast. And then some high clouds roll in late Sunday into Monday as a weak front passes through on Monday. So a gorgeous weekend with temperatures generally in the lower to mid 60s. So there's that front move through Monday. It's a moisture-starved front. There's the showers and rain moving in late Wednesday night, a complex storm system that's going to be moving through. It actually could produce some snow out in the plains, but we'll continue to follow that through the week. Our umbrella winner is Otis Carmine of Milton, Delaware, and your Paul Davis 7-day forecast shows temperatures approaching the 70-degree mark by Monday. And then there's that rain Wednesday through Thursday. Christina, very cold behind that storm system, as high as only in the lower 50s.
All right, thank you, Chris. Well, McDonald's is trying to win back customers after last month's E. coli outbreak. The outbreak was linked to the slivered onions on its Quarter Pounder burgers. More than 100 people were sickened, and the chain's sales took a nosedive. Now, McDonald's is investing $100 million to help get business back on track. $35 million will go toward a marketing campaign for a new chicken nugget value meal, and $65 million will go toward helping the franchises most affected by the outbreak. McDonald's said recent tests showed no E. coli in its food. The Quarter Pounder burger has returned to the menu nationwide. Well, being as active as the top 25% of the U.S. population could help you live longer. That's according to a study published on Thursday in the British Journal of Sports Medicine. Researchers looked at data from physical activity tracking devices on adults who were 40 and older between 2003 and 2006. The devices measured their activity for at least 10 hours on 4 or more days. They found that those who were as active as the top 25% of the population extended their life expectancy by at least 5 years. And this Sunday is World Prematurity Day, a time to raise awareness about the dangerous, even deadly health consequences of premature birth. In the U.S., preterm birth is a leading cause of death for infants, and new data shows the country has a long way to go to protect those who are pregnant and their babies. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither looks at the numbers and explains why experts believe U.S. infants are dying at high rates.
She passed. For the third year in a row, the U.S. gets a D+ grade from the March of Dimes annual report on maternal and infant health for its high preterm birth rate.
Mothers and babies deserve better.
For every 1,000 babies born in 2023, about 6 died, according to provisional CDC data. That death rate is the same as the year before, and the March of Dimes report finds the rate of preterm births remained at 10.4% last year. Those are babies born before 37 weeks gestation, again unchanged from the previous year.
So it's remaining at historically high levels.
Dr. Amanda Williams says racial disparities also persist. For Black people, the preterm birth rate is 1.5 times higher than the rate among all other babies. The March of Dimes report says certain risk factors are contributing to the high overall preterm birth rates. First, the number of people who have chronic conditions during pregnancy and inadequate prenatal care.
A third of all counties in the United States are maternity care deserts. And that means that there is no prenatal care provider, no obstetrician, no midwife, no family practice doc who does OB, and no maternity unit.
Williams says identifying high-risk pregnant people and improving access to care are keys to reversing the high preterm birth trend.
We have to think about how can we keep our hospitals open and how can we make sure that we have providers who can take good care of patients.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Dr. Williams says midwives and doulas can help support birthing families who don't have easy access to hospital care, but she says there needs to be supporting legislation that aids in the use and training of them. She also says there needs to be more research done on who's at highest risk of preterm birth from a biological standpoint. Still ahead tonight, not all that glitters is green. Why some eco-friendly claims might not be what they seem.
Well, if you're thinking about making your way to the golf course tomorrow, winds are going to be picking up, especially late morning into the early afternoon, gusting towards the 35 miles an hour to the northwest. Needless to say, we're going to see plenty of sunshine across the peninsula. We'll look at that all-important 10-day forecast a little bit later on.
CoastTV First Alert Weather. Your safety, our commitment.
First State Chevy salutes our heroes all month long with discounts for military personnel, first responders, and their families. Thank you for your service.
Red Tide savings up to $5,000 and 0% financing.
Red Tide savings up to $1,500 and 3.9% financing.
We have a great selection of GM certified pre-owned vehicles that come with a GM bumper-to-bumper warranty.
Stop in or find us on the web at firststatechevy.com.
We are First State Chevy in Georgetown, where we put you, the customer, first. Together, let's drive.
doing over at Miss Claudette's?
Fill your home with happiness this Thanksgiving. Shell Brothers.
The Race to the Top 50 sales drive continues at Preston Ford. Save up to $8,000 off MSRP on a new 2024 Ford Edge. Embrace the future with savings up to $5,000 off MSRP on 2024 Mustang Mach-E's. We have nearly 1,000 new Fords on the lot, all priced to sell fast. But hurry in as the inventory moves fast during our Race to the Top 50 in the nation. Check out the entire selection at PrestonFord.com. And remember, cars cost less in Preston.
Have you lost a loved one to suicide? You are not alone. I lost my teenage son to this heartbreaking tragedy.
And I lost my veteran dad, who faced his struggles alone in silence.
We're here as part of the Jesse Clump Memorial Fund's Lost team, providing support to suicide loss survivors.
We understand this complicated grief. We are here to meet, talk, or text whenever you need.
Remember, you are not alone.
Call us at 410-726-3090.
Together we can heal and find hope again.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
A South Carolina man facing federal charges for allegedly threatening a news reporter in New York. Federal officials arrested 35-year-old Austin Suman in his Myrtle Beach neighborhood Friday. The Southern District of New York says Suman made violent threats to a news reporter, threatening to kill her and her family. According to prosecutors, Suman will be brought to New York to face charges in federal court. Suman is charged with threatening interstate communications, willfully making a threat involving explosives, and interstate stalking. Well, several industries are being accused of greenwashing through their advertisements. NBC's Zincle Esimwa explains what greenwashing is and how some climate organizations are fighting back.
It seems everywhere you look, there are signs, logos, and advertising saying initiatives are green or eco-friendly. But what if that advertising is false? Some call it greenwashing. Put simply, greenwashing, as defined by the United Nations, is when any entity claims to be doing more to protect the environment than it really is. Claims like aiming for net zero emissions, cutting carbon emissions to a small amount, in turn leaving zero in the atmosphere. Or claiming to be organic, meaning they're certified by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, or saying an item is compostable, as in the material or product ultimately can convert into a nutrient-rich, biologically stable soil.
Greenwashing can be countries, it can be companies, it can be organizations. It's anyone that makes a claim. Like if you say, hey, I'm amazing, I'm net zero on climate, well, you actually have to back it up.
Quick history lesson. Previous reporting finds the term greenwashing was coined in 1986 by Jay Westervelt. He used the term to refer to a slew of ads released by large corporations that Westervelt said claimed to be more environmentally conscious than they really were. Since the climate crisis has come into focus, more companies have come under scrutiny for greenwashing. Accusations now spanning industries, from food, fashion and beauty to aerospace, and not without consequence. Some companies left to pay hefty fines.
Why would a company, a country, decide to greenwash?
Sometimes it can be unintentional, but often folks are doing it because they know people want it.
Others have made it their business to tackle these corporations head on.
Greenwashing is a huge problem for the oil and gas sector.
Zanaji Artis is co-founder and executive director at 0 Hour, a youth-led nonprofit organization educating and mobilizing young people on the climate crisis.
By just attaching the word green to a product, that doesn't mean that there aren't other bad things going on.
As they protested, companies have pushed back too, highlighting their investments in climate solutions and resolve to optimize their bottom line in a way that doesn't harm the planet. We reached out to the American Petroleum Institute, a leader in the oil and gas sector, for a statement on the state of greenwashing. A spokesperson saying in part, "We're focused on helping America's oil and natural gas industry meet the world's growing need for affordable, reliable energy while delivering solutions to help reduce emissions, and any allegations to the contrary are false." As industries continue adapting to the growing threat of climate change, experts like Catherine McKenna say now is the time for action.
People are expecting companies, countries, cities to step up on climate.
And that's greenwashing simply explained.
Sunday Night Football is back on Coast TV this weekend. This week, tune in to watch the Bengals take on the Chargers. All the action starts at 7 p.m. right here on Coast TV, and then stay tuned for your hyper-local news coverage after.
Late Night with Seth Meyers. Late nights on Coast TV.
Ride the wave of Delmarva's vibrant coastal vibes with Coast Life. From hidden gems to sun-kissed trends and captivating local tales. Dive deep and immerse yourself in our coastal rhythm. Catch Coast Life weekdays at 4 on Coast TV.
Black Friday starts early at Johnny Janosic. Get our guaranteed lowest prices, plus an extra 20% off, or 0% APR for 60 months. An extra 20% off, or 0% APR for 60 months. Black Friday is going on now at Johnny Janosic.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, such as myself in appliances, to ensure that you not only get the best product for your needs, but that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your remodel.
It's always fun bringing clients into Delmarva Design Center. No matter how much they want to spend, there's always an option for people to pick something that they like.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Sam, since this is your first Get Holiday Ready sales event, let me introduce you to the full lineup of Ford SUVs. Keep it festive, Morgan.
How fun!
That's Blake and Bailey. They're Bronco experts.
Goat modes goes over any type of terrain.
And of course, Ford F-Series, best-selling trucks for 47 years. The Get Holiday Ready sales event.
Chills.
Get 1.9% APR for 60 months, plus no payments for up to 90 days and $1,000 bonus cash on a new F-150.
This Thanksgiving season, Delaware Electric Cooperative is giving $10 million back to the people we are proud to power. Members who received electric service from the co-op in 2012 and 2013 will receive a credit on their November bill. As a not-for-profit utility, the credits are a return on the investment members have made in DEC over the years. Our co-op belongs to you, and we're so thankful to power Central and Southern Delaware.
From our co-op family to yours.
Happy Thanksgiving!
You don't know how much pressure you put on your septic system, but Rid-X does. In a 21-month study, scientists proved that Rid-X reduces up to 20% of waste buildup every month. Take the pressure off with Rid-X.
New Barbie alert, Mattel is immortalizing a female fixture who left her mark in the ballet world. A Maria Tallchief doll was developed as part of the toy giant's ongoing Inspiring Women Barbie series. Tallchief, a Native American from Oklahoma, was born in 1925. She danced in the New York City Ballet and performed worldwide for years. Mattel and Tallchief's daughter worked together to create the doll.
And we have ourselves a clear, chilly night on tap across much of Delmarva. 50 and currently in Ocean City. Temperatures falling into the mid to upper 40s through the overnight under starry skies, setting the stage for a gorgeous weekend. Mostly sunny skies into our Saturday, 62 degrees. Winds, though, picking up latter part of the morning, early afternoon, gusting as high as 35 miles an hour. So there's a slight fire danger, especially in Delaware. 62, we'll see some high clouds roll in late Sunday as a weak front moves through late Sunday into Monday. Forecast at any time by dialing our First Alert Weather phone. And now your 10-day forecast shows the beautiful weekend. We're up to near 70 by Monday. Then we see some changes Wednesday through Thursday, maybe even into Friday. A complex storm system moving over the country. Behind that, we're going to fall into the lower 50s for highs.
All right, well, thank you again, Chris, and thank you at home for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, that's up next, and we'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great night.